Hello. So let's see what this is about. Ooh. We got the Seven of Pentacles, okay, and the Ten of Wands. So somebody could be doing some work, okay. Somebody could have been working on a certain situation that they're wanting to really dedicate themselves to, okay. They want to be persistent with. There could be a lot of work that has gone on beneath the surface, and somebody is taking action with this, moving forward into a new position, okay. We get the Four of Wands right there, okay. So somebody could be really creating a more intentional structure in their life. If you're seeing this message, there could be something for you. All right, and the King of Swords, somebody could really know, how it is that they're wanting to take action, having a logical understanding, okay, intellectual awareness, and yeah, like I said, there could have been a lot of work going into a situation, and there, could be some forward-moving progress at this point. What do we need to know? Whoa. Seven of Wands, or Seven of Pentacles. There it is, okay? So there could have been a lot of stuff that was going on beneath the surface. Maybe other people weren't aware, but you could be knowing how much of an effort you've been putting into a different situation, where you can, foresee how, how much of a shift and change there will be once this takes off, okay? That's cool. I was having really weird dreams last night, and there was something in my dream that I kept going back to it as the message, and be like, oh, okay, I got it, and then as soon as I woke up, it was completely gone. Really annoying. But it was basically about evolution in different ways, where you it's like the act of leaving something behind and moving forward, so there's a shift, but it was a progress being made. And then there's a lot of other weird parts that I really don't know how to interpret at this point, so we'll wait and see if I get any larger understanding later. But yeah, so that was the main point. Let's see what this says so far. Okay, so excuse me. Excuse me. Somebody could be not wanting to hear this because my throat just got all blocked up. But this is all good. No worries. Okay, here we go. So yeah, with Seven of Pentacles, it's like even this is like a kind of quiet, quiet effort, intentional focus, and a sense of resolve, and let me see, what's the word I'm thinking right now? Intention, basically. It's like the efforts that you're making, and you could be proud of the work that you're putting in, whether or not there is progress being seen. And then the King of Swords right there. That's funny. Oh my gosh, all the cards that I was just talking about are out now. So you could be knowing what it is that you were meant to be doing, having a higher perspective, utilizing your wisdom, and you could be having a greater sense of worth when it comes to the structure that you are forming, okay? There could be some type of offer that is either being received or presented, but you're moving into a much more free-flowing and celebratory position with the recognition of the work that has gone into a situation. You could be feeling a little more at ease, okay? There could have been some type of focus on, the difficulty and, what could go wrong, or, aspects of pain, if things weren't going in the way that you're wanting them to. So you could have been trying to kind of keep to yourself in a certain way, with, what it is that you were doing, okay? But as you move forward, you could be, you know, really taking action in a way that is that's like, you know, that this is leading you towards a major change in your life, a much more abundant beginning. And you could be, you know, really kind of seeing the work that you've been doing as a gift as you take action more intentionally, and have a more, you know, outward focus on how it is that you're progressing and taking this to another level. Okay, so interesting. Whoop. Okay. And what's weird is, like, I didn't go online yesterday much, and then today I went on there and there was like all these upgrades and stuff, so I'm like, what is happening? So you could be kind of like, you know, having spent time, you know, focusing on what it is that you're desiring of, and, you know, just continuing, you know, moving through all the steps and stages. And you know, there could be a need for you to give yourself a break, but at the same time, like, you could be, you know, creating a new awareness where you can recognize certain shifts and changes that are much more apparent and obvious. Okay. All right. All right. And there could be a recognition that you're not wanting to, you know, just allow for anything to come in and have to be focused on it. You could be really making sure that you know that your focus is on what it is that you're anticipating coming in more intentionally, of what it is that you're desiring of, and what you feel you're wanting to bring into your life in a long-term way. Okay, we got the Ten of Pentacles right here, so there could be this you know, a legacy that you're intending on, and what it is that you can create and form, you know, as far as your desired outcome. Okay, so instead of feeling like you're opening yourself up to situations that you are no longer wanting to be a part of, or, you know, hadn't let me see, like, both of these cards right here, we have the Page of Pentacles and then the Four of Cups. Like, they're both about like offers in different ways. So it's like you could be recognizing that you're not wanting to allow in different situations that aren't leading you towards where it is that you're desiring to go. Okay. I had a dream. It looks really strange dreams last night, but there was I can't talk about all of it right now because I'm still processing, but one part where there's this like cat outside, and at first I thought it was my cat, and then I went to go, I'm like, Kitty, what are you doing out here? And then I was like, oh, that's not my cat. But then it had like a what are those called, like a harness on, and then it had a collar, and then it had a tag on it, so it was like obvious that it was someone's, you know, part of the family or whatever, you know, but it had gotten lost and, you know, was needing to be finding its way back, you know. So there could be this kind of recognition of you know, where something is meant to be, where you're, you know, what your focus is, what it is that you truly desire in your life, and it just could be needing to find its way back. Okay. And the other parts of the dream, like, it's gonna take me a while to process it this morning, because I'm like, what in the world? But we got the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups. So you could be really moving forward in a way that, you know, you could be getting much more secure within what you feel is emotionally fulfilling. After having felt that this wasn't accessible to you, you could have felt disconnected in different ways, and you could have felt that this was, you know, something that was unachievable or unattainable, right? But at this point, you could be getting much more comfortable, and you could feel like you are aligning yourself in a way where you can, you know, liberate what your true desires are in a situation, as you kind of, you free yourself and, you know, move forward intentionally towards what you feel would be truly fulfilling. Okay, so pretty cool. Let's see. Excuse me. It's weird because of the way I'm pulling these out. These cards, the ones that are like that you could consider negative, are all kind of lining up in the same category or like column right here, and so it's like there could be this, you know, true recognition, you know, organizing yourself and your awareness of what it is that you're no longer going to align with, and you know what it is that you're moving forward towards. But with the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups right here, you could have been blocking yourself from, you know, a divinely guided relationship dynamic, or, you know, something that you could really devote yourself to and pour into, where you could feel the reciprocity in a situation. Okay, so you could have felt that there was, you know, something that you're needing to, you know, distract from or block yourself from. But at this point, you could be, like I was saying before, with liberating, you could be feeling like you are moving forward protected into a new beginning, feeling that you can truly initiate towards new cycles, and that there's been a lot of work that you've put into a situation that could be giving you a greater contentment within the progress that you're making. So you could be feeling much more at ease with how it is that you're navigating yourself, and feel like you are approaching your desired destination. Okay. All right. There could have been certain light bulb moments or epiphanies, and you could be feeling like you've educated yourself in the way that you need to in order to feel content with taking action on in a more intentional way. Okay, like this girl is walking on a tightrope while reading right here, so it's like you could be feeling you know, right there it is, that you're getting yourself from one position to another with a greater sense of security, and you could like no longer need to deviate from the path that you were on, but move forward confidently. Okay. All right. You could have been illuminated to the strengths that you have, and, you know, recognize the skill in the work that you've been doing, having leveled up and matured in a lot of different ways. And you could be recognizing how much anxiety or negative outlooks you had been looming over you, and in what it is that you've envisioned for yourself, and what your desires are. And you could also be recognizing how you had been restricting yourself from really moving forward in a way that you know, knew you were desiring of to go. So it's like you could be seeing you know, that you have the skill and the ability to attain what it is that you're desiring of, but also how you could have been holding yourself back previously, okay, from what you had envisioned. And we have both of these cards right here have like a torch right here, so you could be seeing much more clearly, and you know, wielding this you know, this light in a way where you are, you know, that you're lighting the way on the path that you're meant to be. Okay. And we have 9-9 as well, and the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, so that's cool. So like, yeah, you could be feeling like you are you've been holding yourself back based on anxiety or fear, but you could be getting to a much more passionate position, you know, moving forward towards what you'd envisioned and are wanting and desiring to receive of. Okay. Right, all right. Oh, look it. We got the Hermit, the High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so it's like there could have been some time that you spent, you know, on your own journey and, you know, path that you could have gotten to a greater sense of comfortability within, and you could be really feeling like you're aligning yourself with your intuition and your inner awareness, and allowing for this, you know, this insight and this knowledge to really kind of align with your emotional expression. Okay. We got the Chariot right here. So you could be really, you know, balancing different worlds and different aspects, feeling confident with moving forward and getting on the path that you know you're destined to be on. Okay. There could be this like full circle awareness. Dreams could be relevant, like really, because I've been having the weirdest dreams the past couple days, like really strange. So, and it's like something that I'd like needed to like process in different ways, where one dream was like a reoccurring dream, but I noticed in the dream that I'm like, I've been here before, but the difference was there was like age progression with the people that I was with. Like it was like there's a little kid in the first dream, and then she was like, you know, 5 years older the next time or something, and it was just like weird because I recognized it in the dream instead of it being just like la la la, this is normal. Like I was like, wait a second, you know. So there could be awarenesses of the growth and the maturity, and that you have been in this position before in different ways, but you could be kind of like taking action yourself more intentionally. All right. But yeah, in the dream last night, there was like mansion type of thing. I don't know. There's like, I can't just bring up random things without it sounding super weird. But, that was the only part I think I could say in some way. But, let me see. So yeah, you could be moving forward in a way where you feel you're achieving the true balance that you've been desiring of. Okay. You could be, you know, wielding the truth and, you know, creating the balance for yourself, getting to a much more clarified position, and really feeling just more content with where it is that you're leading yourself. All right. So you could be, you know, really moving forward from, you know, difficulty and toxic behavior. You could be, you know, leaving behind unhealthy outlooks and moving forward much more passionately, feeling inspired. Okay. And you could be following your heart more intentionally and readily. Okay. Ready for a more, you know, loving and romantic type of expression. And you can be recognizing how you had been restricting yourself previously. Cute. We get the Star, the Ace of Wands, and the Magician. So you could really kind of be getting to a much more contented position, knowing that you are, you know, bringing into your life what it is that you're truly desiring of, and feeling purposeful within. And you could be kind of, you know, getting to a greater sense of contentment within yourself, knowing that you are, you know, actively making moves and, you know, manifesting what it is that you're truly desiring of, instead of, you know, focusing on how, you know, all of the possibilities of, you know, which ways this wouldn't go in the way that you're desiring of. Okay. So you could be like really much more confident with your own ability and, you know, what you're bringing in, changing, shifting in your life. Okay. Where there had been anxiety previously, like that was stopping you from moving forward. Whoops. Okay. And I was going to say we had 9-9 earlier. Now we have 6-6. Ouch. And there's also 2-2. So, let me see. You could be getting to a much more healed position inwardly. Okay. You could be feeling much more at ease and contented with, you know, the relationship dynamics that you have, the expression that you are allowing for yourself to, you know, put out there. Like, you could be just feeling much more joyful with how it is that you are, you know, let me see, like partaking in a situation. Basically, you could be just, you know, feeling much more secure and at ease knowing that you've created a balance for yourself where it's also going to be having energetically, like what you are putting out there is also what you will be receiving back. Okay. And you could have felt like you were isolated or in a position that was, you know, only the efforts were being done by you. You could be recognizing that you are also, you know, receiving the same energy back in a situation that you had been desiring to put in. Okay. And you could be feeling much more secure with any, you know, oppositional dynamics that you had been possibly facing. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we have the Six of Wands, the Strength card, the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So you could be, you know, really moving forward in a victorious way, having a greater sense of courage, being able to face what you know, could have seen as difficulty previously. You could be allowing yourself to heal from those negative outlooks and really integrating a greater truth at this point, feeling much more confident with what it is that you're building and forming, and you know, ready to receive from the work that you've been doing. So instead of just putting in work and putting in work and putting in, you know, you could be, you know, ready to receive the rewards of the efforts that you've made. And we got the Ten of Wands right here. You could be really progressing forward and knowing what it is that you're wanting to dedicate yourself to. It could have been, you know, a lot of work that you put into a situation. Could have been burdensome at times and overbearing or overwhelming, but you could be having certain situations that are taking some of the strain and the stress off your back, and you know, having a more forward moving progress being made. Okay, pretty cool. Oh, look at Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, you can be much more stable. Oh my god, stop it. Queen and King of Pentacles, and they're facing each other right there. Look how cute. So you could be getting to a much more stable position with what it is that you're bringing into your life, what you had been, you know, putting your work into. And see how, like, she's just like super, like, just like at ease and, you know, no stress, just you know, completely relaxed into her environment. You know, content with the work done and the progress made, and you know, the position that you're in. So you'd be feeling like you're, you know, really taken care of in certain ways and grounding yourself within this. All right. And with the King of Pentacles and the red background right here, it's like there's this, you know, it looks kind of orange right there, but it's like you could be getting to a position where you're, and then there's even that one right there, the red pillow. You could be much more, you know, like I was saying, grounded, but like rooted within, you know, like having, instead of having the outlook of scarcity or lack, you could be feeling much more content with, you know, and secure with yourself and your surroundings. Okay, but also with it looking a little orange too, you could be moving forward, you know, feeling secure with what it is that you formed, and moving forward more intentionally and passionately, and having a greater sense of ease within being able to do that, instead of like, you know, what's it called, survival mode type of thing, you know, like somebody is getting much more at ease and, you know, moving in a way where you're bringing the next desires of your environment like into fruition, and having it be much more natural, instead of feeling like you're needing to rush around or have the outlook of, you know, everything falling apart if you don't do this, right? You know, so there's a greater sense of security overall. But with the King and Queen of Pentacles, you could be recognizing the connectivity within yourself and others who are also adding into this situation, And you could also be getting a greater depth of insight coming into your life, and loyalty and security. Okay, and we got the Emperor right there, and the Death card. There's been like a major rebirth that has occurred where you can feel much more celebratory with the position that you brought yourself to. But yeah, there could be this, you know, secure partnership that you have coming in where both parties are at ease and content with what they're forming, and now they're kind of bringing their attention to each other. Okay, yeah, there's been a major rebirth in a lot of different ways where somebody could be really feeling confident with how they're asserting themselves, and feeling much more celebratory when it comes to the foundation that they have stayed true to and formed. Okay, having also a greater recognition of truth within them. Okay. That's funny. I was just talking about dreams, and then somebody asked me about my dreams just now, so random. But yeah. Okay. So let me see. You could be in other people's dreams, and look at my hair. It's crazy. So yeah, let me see. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you could be looking, you know, in a much more celebratory way with what, oh yeah, the truth. All right. Okay. And yeah, you could be, you know, discerning a greater awareness within what your desired emotional expression is, really kind of getting ready to surrender in to a situation with this truth. And you could be, we got the Fool, the Page of Wands, and the Sun. Okay, so you could be at a position, you could be in a position where you are, you know, ready to kind of like release yourself into the situation, feeling much more liberated and at ease, and you could be feeling like you're prepared to move forward towards a more positive expression, really feeling that you are receiving the energy that you're desiring of. Like, I don't know if you can see how it like has that little trail right there that's like leading to her, you know. You could be feeling like you are being energized, okay, and having, let me see, instead of like draining your own energy, you could be being refueled, okay. And you could be moving in a way where you are openly expressive of what your emotions are and what your desires are, what you feel, you know, you're wanting to say in more loving ways, and aligning with your higher self in a way where you can see that the path you want, that you're, you know, creating and forming for yourself is leading you to a more elevated and ascended position, okay. We got the Wheel of Fortune. You could be quickly moving forward into a new chapter, and closing out cycles of pain and negativity, getting to a more cooperative position. And we got the Lovers right there, okay? So you could be, you know, really kind of getting to a position where you are able to openly express your true feelings and desires, and are no longer restraining yourself from what your truth is in you know, regards to relationships and stuff like that. So that's cool. Let's see. Seven of Cups. The Magician. So yeah, you could have been navigating through different illusionary scenarios and recognizing what it is that you're really wanting to create more intentionally, and you could be involving your feelings in a situation where you know that you're moving in a way, you know, forward towards what you're wanting to create, instead of having to deal with other people's deception or manipulation, okay? That's cool. Let's see, what else really quick? How cute is that? Oh my goodness. We got the King and Queen of Cups right here. Okay. I'm going to keep that one secret. Let's see. So the King and Queen of Cups coming out first, okay? So, you could be really kind of getting much more grounded within, what your emotions are, and, recognizing that you're, you know, you could be coming into contact with, you know, someone else that is going to be, you know, let me see, mirroring your energy and your emotion and your desires and your feelings. But there could have been anxiety about toxic or unhealthy dynamics, okay, that were lingering in certain ways that you could have felt bound to. But you know, that you have a situation that's bringing in you know, a true gift towards a new beginning, and you could be, you know, rewriting your story much more intentionally, okay? Having the cooperation that you're desiring of, instead of having to focus on how things could go wrong. You could be recognizing that you're definitely closing out cycles of pain and negative, you know, experiences or awarenesses. Hold on a second. That is so funny. That is so funny. Okay. That's so funny. I just got a phone call. Stop. Hold on. Okay. Somebody's calling the wrong number, but they just said, "Hey, sweetie." Well, who's this? And then they hung up, and then they just called back again. That is so funny. Well, who did? It didn't like say phone. It just said wireless caller, so I don't even know who it was. Anyway, that is so random. Means something during tarot reading, though. Okay, so yeah, you could be closing out cycles of pain and negativity, and you got a "Hey, sweetie" coming in. That is so funny. It's too early in the morning for this. We got 8 of Wands, Justice, and the 10 of Cups. How cute is communication? Definitely getting a phone call apparently, so that's cute. My goodness. Okay, so you can you could be, you know, really moving forward in a way that is leading you towards where it is that you're desiring it to be, okay? That's bringing justice and balance into your life, a greater sense of groundedness, and emotional fulfillment and contentment. Okay, that is so funny. I could say I think I know what anyway, what this person may have looked like, but I don't know who they were. Anyway, we got the 4 of Swords. Okay, so you could be moving forward into a, you know, a new emotionally fulfilling beginning in a much more healed way. Okay, you're really integrating the new truth that you've acquired along the way that has helped you to get to a greater sense of stability from the heartbreak that you had been, you know, navigating through previously. We got the 8 of Pentacles. So you have you could have a, you know, a recognition. There could be certain things that are, you know, staring you in the face in certain ways that you can no longer deny within what your abilities are and what your strengths are. Okay, you could be seeing things differently from others, but also having you know, a greater sense of contentment within, you know, the skill that you have formed. Okay, and with the Hierophant and the 2 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, you've really been able to align with your higher self, create the balance within you that you're needing to, and contentment within, you know, the work that you've done in order to feel much more confident about, you know, receiving this gift in your life as you were truly desiring for you to have, okay? Hey, sweetie. Anyway, that was cute. My goodness. A guy who doesn't know his own girl's phone number. Anyway, that's so funny. Here we go. 2 of Swords. And 10 of Wands. So you could be really kind of recognizing what you felt was a difficult decision that you were having to make, but you could be knowing that, you know, you're following the guidance that you're receiving, knowing that you're being led on the path that you're really wanting to dedicate yourself to, and you could be feeling, you know, truly content with the awarenesses that you formed in order to stay true to this path, okay? We got the 3 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be feeling much more stable and having a greater sense of a joyful and elevated expression, feeling that you are on some type of like magical journey, all right? And really kind of having a greater sense of appreciation for the, you know, the loved ones that you have around you. All right, we got the Emperor and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so you could be, you know, really asserting yourself and following your heart. Really knowing what it is that you're wanting to will into your life. And you could be, you know, creating the light in your life much more intentionally. Oh, excuse me. Instead of feeling that it's something that somebody else is having to do for you. Okay. You could have been wanting to, you know, restrict yourself from, you know, relationship dynamics in certain ways until you got to a greater sense of stability. But you could be, you know, really knowing that you are moving forward successfully towards your long-term goals as you hold your vision, okay? So instead of trying to have everything be perfect, just kind of know, you know, that you are making progress towards the desired position that you're wanting to be. And then we got the 2 of Cups right here and the Tower, okay? So there could be this relationship dynamic and the 3 of Swords underneath that. The guidance that you're receiving and what it is that you're moving forward towards and opening yourself up to could be majorly life-changing, but it could also be really, you know, moving you away from loss and pain and, you know, helping you to look at, you know, what your desired emotion that you're wanting to express. You'd be looking at it in a much more positive and enthusiastic and joyful way. Knowing that there's a major difference from, you know, the relationships you had been part of previously and what it is that you're moving forward towards. We got the Ace of Wands right here and the 2 of Wands. So you could be feeling like you're moving forward purposefully and being able to confidently move forward with the desired plans that you have within you instead of second guessing yourself. All right. Right. So we got the Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. You can be moving quickly into the next chapter, you know, much more joyfully, purposefully, enthusiastically, having looked at things from a different perspective, ready to surrender yourself into a situation that you feel would be, you know, truly healing and, you know, bringing joy and innocence back into your life. It could be a soulmate connection that you are, you know, allowing yourself to really focus on and be aware of. And you could be aligning with your higher self as you move forward. Oh, towards a wish come true. Okay, so what you feel is truly purposeful. You could have maintained your hope, and you could be recognizing that you are achieving this and receiving this into your life. So don't let your stress or overwhelm or anxiety kind of get the best of you, but you know, just take it, you know, kind of one step at a time and allow for your intuitive awareness to help you along the way to feel much more content with, you know, the steps that you've already made previously. and where you're leading yourself. Let me just, yeah, I've got the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So yeah, somebody could be really discerning, you know, when and where and how they should be taking action and moving forward with communication towards the desired team and relationship they're wanting to have. Okay? Let me just pull some real quick, and then I'm going to head out. Okay, I'm going to go. There could be this obsessive, you know, quality that you're having, or, you know, concern of unhealthy dynamics, but that's just something that you're needing to use your discernment within, okay? And once you do, you will be able to wield the truth, you know, having the clarity that you need. And really much more intentionally, move forward with the plans that you're desiring of, anticipating, you know, what it is that you are, you know, wanting to come into your life. And we have divine partner and ascension, okay? So as you align with your higher self and your truth, you will be coming into a position where you can, you know, meet in the middle right there with, you know, divine partnership. This could be creating major change in your life from previous situations where you had been open to offers that you weren't truly desiring of. And you could be recognizing that you're moving more intentionally with this truth on the desired path, or divine path, and divine guided path that you're meant to be on. Okay. Yeah, you could be recognizing what are conflictual scenarios and what is, you know, a relationship dynamic that is bringing more into your life, you know, in a way that you can really form and create something more intentionally. You know, in a way that you are truly desiring of, instead of having to deal with, like I was saying, situations you're really not wanting to be open to. Okay, so you could be getting to a greater sense of stability within, you know, the true partnerships you're wanting to open yourself up to. Moving forward quickly, confidently. We got all these cards right here talking about moving forward. So it could be something that you're keeping to yourself right now as you, you know, check things out from every angle in different ways. But there could be forward moving progress that is definitely being made. You could be feeling much more celebratory when it comes to, you know, the action that you are meant to be taking. You'll be looking at things in a much more carefree way. You know, unknowing of, you know, the outcome in certain ways, but also knowing that you're moving forward purposefully into a new beginning, okay? And you'd be closing out cycles of pain and negativity with others that you may not have even felt you knew were in opposition to you, okay? Like, it's like you could be no longer allowing for you know, other people's negativity to be navigating or narrating for you, okay? And you know, with the guidance that you're receiving, you know, you're leading yourself in a way that is you know, much more meaningful, but not only for yourself, but energetically, right? We got the Hierophant and the Six of Cups. So yeah, you could be feeling like you're leading yourself in a way that is, you know, bringing you to a more joyful position, aligning with your higher self, and you're getting to a position where you're no longer questioning the intentions of others, because you know how you've been being led and the mastery that you've come within yourself. Oh, look it. Got the sun right there. So you're aware that you're moving forward towards a much more positive outcome, okay? And like just now, it took me a second just because I was feeling energetically like this like weird shift. Like it felt like almost like an earthquake, but it was like almost more like rocking on the oceans, kind of like where you go like this and they go like that. So somebody could be getting a little more at ease with the the rhythm, okay, of what is going on. So yeah, you could be creating momentum for yourself and moving forward, having justice when it comes to people who are putting negativity into your life right here, all right? And you be recognizing much more easily, you know, being illuminated to false people in your life in comparison to who you feel is, you know, bringing you true love and, you know, devotion and compassion and being more nurturing, okay? And also aligning with, you know, your path with God, okay? And you could be feeling like you are protected in the position that you are going, but also that you truly have mastered yourself in a way, like I was saying, ascending and, you know, kind of like where there had been questioning your own inner narrative, you could be feeling much more content with, you know, the work, the progress, the awareness, and you know, just getting to a greater sense of stability within yourself and your actions, where you're no longer allowing for other people's falsities to take the forefront. Okay, let me just pull this right here. This one keeps looking at me. We got the naked truth. Ooh, truth is I'm in love with you. I don't think you understood that. So yeah, my voice changed really quickly. We got the truth is I'm in love with you. Okay, I love your swag. You're the whole package. There could be telepathic communication. They screwed up. They don't know what to say or how to make this right. Okay. They pretended like they don't care, but it's quite the opposite. Their feelings for you are a little obsessive. Okay. They miss you. They will do anything to hold you. They want a second chance. Okay, not being with you is making them feel bad. Okay, they have abandonment issues. They could have been focused on other people energetically, but it says, I've been putting on a front. My life is not what it seems on the outside. You didn't put up with my shit. You crushed my ego, and that made me respect you more. I know you're my soulmate. Our bond is magnetic. I'm seeing all the signs. But I ghosted you because it was getting too intense. I don't let people in my life easily because I have trust issues. And there's karmic partner interference. But they're going to put a ring on it when the time is right. Okay, they miss you, your voice, your laugh, your humor, your touch. They're in their feelings. I didn't know if my family was going to accept you. But I'm not happy in my current situation. I'm miserable without you. But I dream about you constantly. And I don't like having to wake up because it's so beautiful in the 5D. Okay, so let me see what else. Yep. Okay, little secret. All right. I didn't feel like I was on your level. I'm very insecure. I couldn't give to you like I wanted because I'm still healing from my past. It was easier to lie to you than tell you the truth. I wish I could take it back. I'm used to getting my way, but you put me in my place, and the truth is, I'm in love with you. There. Okay, and then, I don't like that I hurt you. You didn't deserve this. Please don't blame yourself. It was my fault. Addictions clouded my vision. I'm trying to get my life together. Said that one already. I can't stop thinking about you. I'm seeing the synchronicities, and it's driving me insane. And I'm going cuckoo without you. I want to see you so bad. I didn't think you'd walk away. You're so smart that you figured them out, and they're planning a romantic date. Okay. So that could be somebody in your energy. Whoa. And I'm going to go. Let's see. 49 minutes, 15 seconds. Oh. I didn't think I was here that long. Anyway, hopefully this helped, and I'll talk to you some other time. Bye.